myself.
What's up, guys? Philly Sports back with another video. Today we got a chest slash shoulder slash arms slash everything workout. Now this is the biggest day out of the week of the Nick Wright lean strength program, and it's the bench day, the first one of the week, and this is week 3 of the program. So we're only working up to 67% on the bench press, which is pretty light if you ask me. Throughout the process it does get heavier, but you know, weeks 3, I would say weeks 1 through 4, honestly pretty easy. But there's a reason for that. You gotta get your body prepped for the heavy weight. So 65% of my max, which is 310, is 201.5 pounds, which I just, round down to 200 pounds. If it's like 203, I'll round up to like 205. But if it's anything under like a 3 or something like that, I'll just round down. Take the ego and leave that outside the gym. I'll be in the gym and people are like, oh, what's this 2.5 on there? Just put a 5 on. Or if I'm like at 220, they'll be like, oh, why can't you just do 225? I can't because the program does not tell me to. Follow the program. That's how I got all the results on my last PRs, because I followed the program. Everyone wants to stray off the program. There's a reason. It's a program for you to hit those numbers, so you're gonna hit them. I've been loving how bench is going though. Like, I've never felt strong on bench, but last round of the program I felt super strong on bench, which I think it's because I was going into bench every time and trying to add weight every single time, but not decrease it a little bit every now and then. So I was just going balls to the walls every single workout, killing my chest. This is the one thing with this program. There's only 2 chest exercises on bench day. There's the flat bench and this incline bench, as you're seeing here, and that's literally it. Sometimes I'll throw in an extra chest movement at the end, but that's only if I'm feeling like it. What I've noticed about this is that I think I was killing my chest. I don't know if any of you guys have ever dealt with this, but there'd be times, well, I would say almost every single time I was done training chest, I would come home, shower and everything, and then after the shower or something, I'd cramp up. My pecs would literally, if I go to brush my teeth or something, they would just cramp up and seize up. And sometimes in the middle of the night, it would literally wake me up and my chest would be gripping tight. It was insane. So I think I was overtraining chest. And yes, I said overtraining. I think now that I'm doing this program and I can know my body a little better, I think there is such a thing as overtraining. Everyone says, there's no such thing as overtraining. Train as much as you want, as long as you're recovered, you're fine. But I think there is. Your central nervous system can only take so much, and if I'm burning out my muscles every workout, I don't think that's a good thing. Right here we got some V raises super set with standing dumbbell overhead press. The standing dumbbell overhead press superset is just for a pump, it says on here. So I go with a really lightweight, go with like 25-30 pounds for 10 reps. But the V raises, I switch them up sometimes. I'll do dumbbells, sometimes I'll do the easy curl bar. I feel like the easy curl bar is a nice, like, simple way to do it. Like, I feel like when I'm doing it with dumbbells, I kind of like one shoulder goes a little higher than the other shoulder, or something like that happens. So I'm not too big of a fan of doing it with the dumbbells, but do what you got to do. If you only have dumbbells, do them with dumbbells. One thing I noticed about this program, and I think I'm gonna see great results when I slim down, but I noticed that I'm doing a lot of rear delt action with this program. And I think that's a great thing, because I think my rear delts were lacking. Like when I cut down last year, my shoulders popped, but my rear delts really weren't there at all. So with this program, I think it's gonna help me if I run it like a third time, because it's meant for when you cut down. Like Nick Wright made it for when you're getting lean, to try and keep your strength / build your strength a little bit when you're leaning down. It's really hard to build your strength when you're leaning down, but that's what the program's tailored for. So when I do lean down, if I do run it again, I think I'm gonna see that my rear delts have definitely popped a little bit. I used to, before I started this, have solo shoulder days. Like that would be a day, would be shoulder day, and I used to do overhead presses as my main movement, and I think that actually took away from my bench. When I say that, I mean, like, I think my shoulders were tired from that leading into my bench days. So I think with this program, there's not as much front delt focus, which is a good thing, because I would again try and not max out, but go as heavy as possible all the time on the overhead press. And like with the bench, I think I wasn't progressing because I was just trying to go. And on my old program, it had like options for my accessory movement. So I would do the overhead press instead of just, like a light shoulder raise or something like that. So I definitely learned a lot about my body on this last time I ran the program, and now that we're on week 3, I'm seeing again that I'm not drained completely after my workouts. Like I go as hard as possible, but stick within the means of the programming. I know a lot of you guys are here from my bodybuilding days, which is great. I'm glad you stuck around, but I'm sorry to say I think my arms actually got a little smaller, or just basically the rest of my body caught up or something, because I'm looking at pictures of me when I was like 18 and 19 and my arms were just like popping out of my sleeves, and I think they were just so big compared to the rest of my body that like that's all you notice when you look at like old pictures of me, or my arms were just so big. So I don't know if they shrunk, I don't know if they're the same. I know a lot of you guys hit me up and be like, yo, when are you gonna do a arm measuring video? How big are your arms? That's gotta be the most asked question, like in my comments, in my DMs. I'm just like, I don't know how big my arms are. One day I might measure. If I don't want to say if you guys want me to, because I know you guys want me to, but one day I'll measure. Maybe before the end of the cut I'll measure, and then at the end of the cut I'll measure again and see what size they are before and after. But I think they got a little smaller. Last time I measured them, they were 16 3/4 inches, and that was probably 2-3 years ago, maybe 2. a little over 2 years ago, I would say. And that was like with a full pump, you know, hitting like 6 bicep movements, hitting like 6 tricep movements. So, but here's the title of the video right here: how much fat did I put on, or how much fat did I gain? You can see right here, I gained a lot of fat over this bulk, which I planned on doing. This was not gonna be no what do they call it, clean bulk. That's where this was a dirty bulk. And now that I'm towards the end of the bulk, I'm not as hungry, so I'm not eating as bad of things. I think in December, like when I wasn't recording, like I looked even way worse than this. I was probably at the peak of my bulk like back in December, January. But I would go into my workouts and like I would bend over and I would just feel like fat, and like to the point where it was uncomfortable, you know, because I eat dinner before I lift and stuff like that, but I just feel so uncomfortable. So now that I'm towards the end of my bulk, it's cleaning up a little bit. I'm only like really cheating on the weekends. Like during the week, I'm trying to keep it decent. You know, if I want some candy, if I want some gummy worms, I'll have some. But I'm not going and downing like gummy worms and donuts and then, you know, all this other junk food like I did back in December. It was definitely a recovery December, November, October. Like I went hard in those months as far as like what I ate, and that's probably why I did put on so much fat. But now I am cleaning it up towards the end of the bulk. I'm going into week 4 of the program, so I got like 4 weeks left. Then I'll be testing out my maxes, and then I'll probably start the cut. But there you go, look at that body fat right there. And I was 145 at the start of this bulk, which was the day of the meet. I was 145, you know, without any water in me, without any food, without anything. So I was sitting around like 150, 151 beforehand. But so I think I put on at least 20 pounds. Like I said in my last video, my scale's broken, so I'm not sure how much I weigh, but I'm gonna get a new scale for summer shredding. So, but look at that excess fat right there. That's gotta go for the summer. I gotta be somewhat shredded, not as shredded as last year probably, because that really took a toll on me mentally, to be honest. I'm gonna make a video about that, the dangers of cutting down like that. But finish out the workout with some skull crushers. Just, you know, don't drop the weight or you'll crush your skull, like they say. But yeah, I like this day because this is the most volume of any day. So it's got the chest, it's got the shoulders, it's got the triceps, it's got the biceps, and that's what I like. I like a lot of volume. I don't mind being in the gym for 2.5 hours, you know, 3 if that's a little crazy, but yeah, sometimes 3. But and then we gotta finish it off with some almond milk mixed with 2 scoops of the Pumped Labs Pure ISO protein. Link in the description to Pumped Labs. You can save yourself 20% on pumpedlabs.com using my code AC20. And I will see you guys next time. Hope you enjoyed. Drop a like on the video. Thanks for watching. Peace. Yeah.